Wave.
So I did a round of embryo freezing with Lucas. We only got one embryo, which was devastating when my injury was still bad and I wasn't able to come back. So we did another round and I did an embryo transfer a couple months ago. It was really tough because I was 7 weeks pregnant. We were so excited and I had a miscarriage. So that's been hard to talk about, but again, so important.
So important to talk about.
It's not a club that anyone, wants to be a part of, and you don't want to welcome someone else into the club. But now that I'm in the club with all of these other women, it has helped me so much. It's a weird thing when someone's like, "How are you?" and you're like, "I had a miscarriage." It's kind of we drop this into conversation.
Yeah. Welcome back to House of Maher, a Wave original presented by Liquid I.V. Kick off your cleats and help yourself to whatever is in the fridge. The Wi-Fi password is angel_city_pretty. All caps. You should know that we have a few house rules here. Girls are magic.
Reading is hot.
And so are you. Make sure to subscribe, hit that alarm bell on YouTube and watch us. You can see Ilona's super cute outfit today.
Pretty little princess.
Our fourth Maher sister today is a living legend. She's a 4-time Olympian, a 5-time FIFA Women's World Cup veteran, and the first ever captain for her hometown club right here in LA, Angel City Football Club. She co-hosts the Time Wasting podcast with Kelly O'Hara, and in addition to being a respected retired captain, her former teammates say she's also completely beloved. Welcome to the family, Ali Riley. Yay!
That's also our Wi-Fi password at home. So.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine?
Perfect.
Yikes. We knew it. We freaking knew it. How are you?
I'm good. I have missed you. It's been way too long.
Last time we saw you was at your retirement party. Game and then retirement party.
It was way too long ago. And I see you everywhere.
I know, right? We see each other online. But
yeah, it's not the same.
There's something like partying because you know how to send it. And I feel like I've been with you the past few times you've really sent it.
Those are the past few times.
So is that kind of just normal maybe?
Oh, is that just you?
No. It is your sister that brings it out of me, apparently, and lemon pepper wings.
And lemon pepper wings and women's sports bars. That's really my safe space. My safe space.
Yes.
I send it there. I'd be taking shots. I don't know.
That's very unlike you.
I know. That's not me. But that's okay.
So it's this combo.
It's this.
Yeah, so where are the shots?
We're each other's bad influences.
Oh, gosh.
We're the shots.
See?
We got the shots.
Where's the shots?
We got shots of Liquid I.V. We stay hydrated on set.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
That's how that works. Well, let's get into the group chat. Let's see what's going on with us and online in the group chat today, which is brought to you by Liquid I.V. So, August 2nd was National Sisters Day. We heard a rumor. You're an only child.
I
am. Gosh. How are you?
It's tough.
How was childhood?
Okay? It's really tough. Mm-hmm. You guys have each other.
Yeah.
But I have you.
Yeah. Yep. Fair.
And I will say that I'm pretty sure that's why playing sports meant so much to me and all the teams I was on. Because when I started, I was not good. I was picking the flowers.
Yeah.
My mom didn't come watch me because she was like, that's not what we signed you up to do. You can do this at home.
It's not what I'm paying money for.
But I made play dates and I made connections. And I think to the very end, when I was hanging on, when one leg was kind of falling off, I love my teammates and I wanted to give all of myself to them and to the sport because that camaraderie, that sisterhood, that community gave so much to me.
Yeah.
So I have always felt like I've had a lot of sisters, but obviously I see you guys and hear your shenanigans and your banter, and I didn't have that growing up, but
yeah. I wonder with only children if you can go two different ways. One way, your way, you have to make friends. You know that you do. You have to put in a lot of effort with people. And then you can get the weirdos. Yeah. I know some only kids who...
We have a reputation.
You have a reputation.
Yes.
There's a real selfish air around a lot of only children, but I don't get that on you.
I think team sports is the key.
Team sports is the key.
Thinking about it.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And being around women.
Yes. And you learn to share and not just kind of your toys, but your person and your energy. But yeah, whenever people find out I'm an only child, it's like,
Yeah, no, because you've got a
I'm like, I don't want to be, I'm flattered, but I also feel offended for the rest of the only children out there.
Right.
You're
But
holding
I'm
it down
like,
for them.
oh.
You're helping that curve because you're, you know what I mean? That sounded
you.
smart to say. I don't know if that's how that works on the curve.
No, I think that works.
I haven't been in a math class for a long time,
Me?
so I trust
freaking
you.
either.
I trust you.
I've moved on. I got
same.
nothing to
You
do.
moved on while you were still in math
I
class.
moved on while I was in those seats. Alona, sometimes both of them will go, okay, here, listen to this, Liv. And they'll start saying numbers at me, and I just like
Oh, she was getting so mad at me.
zone out.
We were trying to tip 10%, and she just like, and it was 10% on 200, and she just wasn't
No, we were tipping
understanding
20%.
it. No, we weren't.
Oh, well, see, there you go.
And I was just like, Olivia, it's 10%, so it's out of, if we think about it, it's like $100, so it's just $10, and just multiply that by 2. And she was like, no, but we're doing 20%. And I was like, what are you on? What planet?
Sorry, whatever.
But don't, also with you though.
I'm not, yeah, but
Recently, we had a thing where we had like $90 vouchers for something, and we were just gonna like pool the money and then all buy food. And so Adriana was trying to add up all this food. I was like, no, Adriana, it's like everyone got a main, and then we just add this together. That's under the amount. And she was like, no, blah, blah, blah. And she's like
well, I
trying
just
to
wanted
add
to
this.
check. And also, she was stressing me out to check.
So you're both.
It was
not
more
good. You're
her
both. They're both
behind
not
me.
good at math.
I don't know how that is.
If we want to get into sister
See, this
dynamics,
is not what you're missing. You know what I mean? You see the positive stuff too, but then there's also this. So, you know.
Am I dating myself too much? Did you guys have those huge, really expensive calculators?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what were they called?
Yeah,
The
what were they
T3
Texas
I?
Instruments?
Texas Instruments.
No, but they're it was something
I know
else.
there's
words.
letters and numbers.
wasn't it not a T3I?
Whoa!
Or something like
I don't
that?
think you called it a T3I.
C3PO?
It was that old calculator. I know exactly what you're talking about. You could do a lot on there too.
Guys,
You could do a lot. You
I
could
just-
graph in the end.
you
When
could
I was
graph
by the
in
time I was
there.
a
You could
senior,
be
you could graph.
graphing.
You can write.
I was
write
never in a
boobs
class
in there.
that
I
was
just
And I would
saw
do boob
one in
lists
person.
that you can also do
Boobless.
for all the itty bitty titty committee. You can also do boob
Whoa.
lists.
TI.
Yes. And you had to have a certain one.
And this is the kind of math classes I was in. I had a calculator that looked
Graphing
like a chocolate bar and smelled like one too.
You had a what?
I had a calculator that looked like a chocolate bar and smelled like
I
one
hope it was
too.
supposed to smell like
So
it.
it was supposed to
Or
be.
was
It
it?
was supposed
Okay.
to,
It
but like
wasn't,
that's the
in-
level of math that I was
Was it
in.
with a bar of chocolate in your
no,
backpack?
no.
Guys, I just saw one of those Texas
That's what I had. I loved that thing.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I wasn't cool enough to have one of those. I had the TI.
I think it was called a graphing calculator, right? Is
Okay,
that
let's
what we
follow the
called
graph.
it?
You could- yeah,
That was
yeah.
the. I don't think we called it I think we called it a graphing. Like you'd have chances when you could pull out your graphing calculator or something.
And my roommate just pulled one out. I went into the kitchen, and she was at the counter with her Texas Instrument, and I just go,
Crunching numbers.
and I was like, what are you doing? And she was like, oh, splitting up the Costco receipt. And I was like, what about the calculator on your phone?
Old-fashioned way.
Right.
And she was like, no, I like this better. Like fully, and it was chunky. And I was like, and you still have it?
I'm
it had
happy
that
for her
cover.
though because
Right.
it was so expensive. I actually had
Get
mine
your
too
use out of
until
it.
the house burned down, but I was like, I can't throw this away because
Right.
this costs $300.
You never
That was
know
a
when you're
lot
gonna
back
need
in
it.
2000.
Yeah. You know, if you need to break up a Costco receipt sometime soon, you gotta whip that baby.
And
that
you
boy
need
out.
the Texas Instrument for that.
You
It's
need it.
hard math.
So you guys just came back from Europe.
Yeah.
And whenever I travel abroad and come back, it is so annoying with taxing and tipping. And like you said, it's like something that costs $90. It doesn't cost $90.
No.
And it still gets my husband every single time because he's like, oh, it's only $90. I'm like, that's $111.
Right. Because it's €90, and is that what you mean?
They don't add the,
Yep.
and you don't tip, and you're not adding all this money. In Sweden, the price is what the price is. If you're
Right.
going to buy
Very straightforward.
an item of clothing.
I see what you're saying. Yes.
That is the price.
Yeah.
And
then you come
it's
here.
just, you need your calculator.
Yeah.
Kind of the dream not to have to do that math, to be like, you just know how much it's going to be at the end of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Not
And
second
you know
guessing.
Go.
Servers are being paid.
Yeah. A livable wage for
So-
sure. That's a career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often do you go to Sweden with your husband?
So we haven't been back together for a while. He went back, sold our apartment once he got married and got his green card. So
Yay!
he's here to stay.
Huzzah!
Not that easy these days.
I bet.
But
Goddamn.
I was just covering the Champions League, Women's Champions League final in Oslo. And that was the first time I'd been back to Scandinavia, I think, in 4 years. And
But
it was,
he didn't come with you.
no, it was a 3-day kind of
God.
whirlwind. Yeah.
How was that jet lag?
It was brutal.
Insane.
Brutal.
It's a tight
As you three
turnaround.
are sitting here.
No, yeah.
jet
Floating through space and time. Yeah, I'm fighting demons right now.
It seems like, and that this happens a lot with, I think, athletes, our next step after sports is to get into broadcasting, or at least hope to get into broadcasting. It's almost like, and maybe you can comment on this, in female sports, we want to continue in our sport, but we haven't made enough money in our sport to just like retire.
Yeah,
so we're like,
not.
we want to stay. Is that what made you get into broadcasting? Like wanting to stay in the sport a little bit?
I always knew I wanted to stay in the sport and I wanted to storytell. I didn't think broadcasting, I didn't know that much about it. Again, the coverage now of women's sports is so different than it was even 3 years ago. And now, especially with the NWSL, there's so many networks covering it, amazing former players, amazing commentators, producers who are involved in this, and it's so important. But I guess I didn't really see myself doing that. I thought as a player, yes, I was a leader, I was a captain, but I saw myself as very much a soldier. Tell me what to do, I'll do it, and I'll get everyone else to do it as well with a smile. But I didn't see myself as a tactician, as someone who understood the game plan that well. So I didn't think I would be able to analyze the game, whether that was in studio or commentate. And so I love podcasting. I love being with people. I love people. But when I retired, again, we don't make enough money to just sit on the couch for even a week. So I said yes to everything and I tried everything and I'm so glad I did. I have amazing support behind me and just encouraged me to push myself. And I loved it. And I learned a lot about myself. And I do love breaking things down. And I love calling games, which I never thought I would do.
Really?
But I love talking, if you haven't noticed already. So
Only child.
yeah, I had to talk to myself, I have sisters. So I do think it's an amazing way to stay close to the game, but it's not something until recently that we have known you could make a living from doing podcasting and broadcasting. Not something someone would say, that's what I do for a job, even 3 or 5 years ago.
No, yeah.
Did you surprise yourself with your broadcasting abilities?
Yes, and I also was surprised at how much goes into it because I had done a lot of public speaking. I've been on camera, I've done interviews, but I had never had something in my ear, someone talking to me while I'm speaking, telling us times or giving us facts or reminders, and also hearing the person across from you, their voice is there, but it's also in your brain.
Oh, interesting.
And it's live. So it's like the first time I did it for Champions League, they just said, counted down from 10, and then it was suddenly breaking down plays and talking about players and this huge tournament that is the crown jewel of women's soccer, professional soccer. And yeah, I guess I probably blacked out, but I got good feedback that I said some stuff that made sense and was somewhat entertaining. So I think every time I've done it, I've gotten better. And they say always, you just have to get reps. But, as an athlete, performance, you don't want to make mistakes. I got that same energy, which was fun. It was that adrenaline, but it also feels like a lot of pressure. So on the one hand, I was like, this is so cool to have the lights on me again. But I was also like, didn't I retire to not be feeling this anymore? And then it's gotten easier and easier. And again, the other women who are encouraging me, who have welcomed me into this space with open arms, Julie Foudy, legend. For her to be giving me feedback, tips, calling me and saying, here's how I do my boards, giving me recommendations. That is just what a person. That's who I want to be for other women who are leaving the game.
Yeah. Have you messed up on air or yet? Or is there anything have you sworn?
I'm sure I have, but nothing egregious yet.
Knock on wood.
And one thing that at least I don't know if I've done it, is it's going so fast when you're calling games. And I'm so afraid of saying someone's name wrong because as a player,
I always wonder about that.
I was so offended when someone would say the wrong name for the wrong player. And now that I'm on the other side, I have so much more empathy for calling games because it doesn't mean you don't care. We study so hard. I'm preparing the same way I prepared to play with that type of care. The players deserve it. That's the whole point. I want the quality of coverage and the investment, the amount of coverage to be top for these athletes. but it's going fast, and you see a brown ponytail, and
100%.
There it goes.
and they're moving fast,
They're moving,
right? And you
yeah.
see the back of them, and you're trying to remember maybe what color cleats they're wearing, particular hairstyle. But it happens really fast. And I'm just doing the color commentary. The play-by-play, they have to be saying, she passed it to her who did this, and it went there, and then this. So yeah, if you hear me saying she,
She.
because it moves really fast.
Her. Yeah. That's wild.
I did broadcasting like for the Final Four, and that was like so much.
Yeah, you were excellent. I love watching you.
Thank you. It was like so much on you, and I think it was cool too because like for some people I did really well. For others it wasn't for them, but I think it's kind of cool. You learn so much from it, and I was commentating on a sport that I didn't really know, but I was able to bring in like some other stuff from my sport. But it's tough to also for a 90-minute game of soccer plus to continue to think of phrases and stuff like that. Are you writing down? I knew some commentators who would take my name and be like, marvelous. Oh, we'll say marvelous. And then they would try to figure out things they could say for me in a game because there's so many moments they have to talk about.
Yeah, and you were on air, you were on camera for basically all of it since they had you guys on the side. The benefit of the game being the whole screen when you're commentating is really that you can have notes. You can have your boards, which I learned that's what they're called. And you can be saying, and sometimes we're high-fiving each other. And you can also say, like, I have a story I want to, and kind of gesture. So that really, really helps. So what you were doing is actually one of the hardest possible.
Thrown
major
right into it.
Overachiever. Classic.
We were just talking to one of my good friends. She's in England, and a lot of players in England, when they retire, like the PWR is the English, like what their soccer league is, our rugby league. When they retire, a lot of them don't have anything planned. Yeah. So they decide they would like, well, I guess I'll go into broadcasting or something. And so I was talking to my friend. I was like, you should go into, you'd actually be really good at it. I think what you need to do is show personality through the broadcasting as well. English, the England, and I don't know, did you ever play in England?
Yes.
They're very like do this, and
it's traditional coverage, yeah.
So I was like, if you can show some, we've been seeing players around showing a little more personality. So I'm really encouraging her too, because it's such an old white man's game.
Yes.
But this was Georgie, and so I think so many people that's their next step, which is sad that for women's sports we are like, okay, this is the only way I can go.
Yeah, and I think too with someone like Georgie who is so vivacious and bright, and to be able to inject that sort of energy into a traditional space like that, she'd do wonders. Like
a men's club.
into the old boys club, like she would really light it up. I think that's such a smart move for her.
Yeah, Georgie, do it.
Do it, Georgie. I was gonna say, I love knowing we have an athlete on set because you got your analytics. Your Whoop is reading what's going on right
how
now.
nervous I was during this.
She's clocked in. Have you been seeing, just because it's the group chat, have you been seeing people flexing their watch tands, like their Garmin watch tands on the internet?
Yeah.
Is yours bad? Take it off.
It's definitely been worse because I don't exercise.
Oh my gosh! Hold it up to the
isn't
camera.
bad.
This is not the
That's
worst
not
I've
that
seen.
bad, but that's
This is really good. So leading up to our wedding, this was something that my husband thought a lot about. And so it was the off season, but I was still playing. So I don't know if it's the same with rugby, but you plan all your life events and milestones around sports.
Right.
And everyone in the off season in the NWSL gets married or engaged because that's the only time you can go on vacation.
Right.
You can plan something. It's the only time your friends can come.
right.
So we decided to have our honeymoon before, and that was a point of emphasis from Lucas was, you got to do something about the tan. So it was like sunscreen here and here, and it was just like let it burn and just kind of do something. And I got it somewhat manageable. I used to try to wear like a huge cuff bracelet, which I feel like was more trendy maybe in like 2008.
Right.
This is really good for me.
That's great. That's so
I've
funny.
been seeing a lot of like kind of like your skin's rotting away.
So that's where I was going with it, is like men, when they flex their watch tan, they're like showing it off, but then they actually have watch rot. Like their skin is rotting underneath it from water and like it being dirty, and they don't clean it properly. And I'm like, ew, but they're flexing it like it's a good thing. you know?
Well, that's men for you, isn't
That's
it?
men for you.
Yeah.
Their skin is rotting away and they're like, I went on a run.
They're not cleaning themselves or toweling off quite thoroughly enough.
Spooky. So did you switch it to the other wrist to try to help?
That is something
There you
I
go.
did during season to try to not make it.
hear it.
You can't go anywhere, do anything, and you do a shoot, and they say, "Would you mind taking off?" Then I'm like, "I can." And you take it off, and they're like, "Please put it back on."
They're like, get that bangle back, actually.
I've had them putting makeup, trying to put makeup. I'm like, isn't this what post is for? Like,
Yeah, whatever.
Fix it later.
It's all good. Let's spin into some tea time. All right.
This show is hydrated by Liquid IV.
And you know who's hydrated?
Us hot girls.
That's right. And this summer, I'm reaching for Liquid IV's sugar-free Ring Pop Cherry Hydration Multiplier.
Whoa, good one.
Okay. Be careful.
It's a little bit flirty and a lot of bit nostalgic. But the best part is that it has 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, plus 8 vitamins and nutrients, all in a single stick.
Liquid IV is a sugar-free hydration that's clinically demonstrated to hydrate faster than water alone.
It's perfect for your on-the-go hot girl walks, flights, or wherever you're headed.
It's just so convenient. Like if I can have on-the-go hydration that actually tastes good too, I'm in.
Plus, Liquid IV is backed by a scientific advisory board. Real experts, real science. That's how you know it's the real deal.
So hot girls, stay on top of your hydration.
It's simple, it tastes great, and it makes staying hydrated feel way less annoying.
So if you want to add hydration to your routine, Liquid IV is definitely one to keep around.
Tear, pour, live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first purchase with code 2026HOM at checkout. That's 20% off your first purchase with code 2026HOM at liquidiv.com.
2026 has been such a big year for protein. I think I need to be upping my intake of protein, actually.
Sometimes it is very hard, though, especially when you just want to eat carbs, pasta.
For sure, we gotta get the protein in, even though our bodies are built by bread. So that is why I do enjoy muscle milk. You can get 26 to 42 grams of high quality protein from real ultra filtered milk. So it's just a nice way to get it in, no matter what you're doing, and then you can get back to the bread.
I also hear that their new formula has no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or added colors.
And it comes in 4 different flavors: chocolate, vanilla cream, cookies and cream, and strawberries and cream. So you can pick up your favorite or try them all. I personally like the vanilla.
I know, I'm basic too.
Sorry.
I like vanilla or chocolate.
I'm a chocolate girly all the way. But the cookies and cream is turning my head a bit, I will say.
It's perfect when you're on the go and need something quick.
Try the new great tasting muscle milk today, available in stores nationwide.
Muscle milk. Protein for all. Protein for us.
Tea time is hydrated by Liquid IV today, and there is so much tea to spill.
Ring pop flavored.
Ring pop
That's
favorite.
new.
It's delish. It's really
Exciting.
good. I know. Ali, you've been a team captain several times now. People say that to be a leader, you have to choose between being respected and being liked, but you are definitely both. What would you like to say to that?
I would agree with the sentiment.
Okay.
But I actually think that if you communicate in a respectful way, that you will often be liked. But I understand that there are hard conversations to be had, and those would give me anxiety because I was always Smiley Riley. I was someone that the friendship, the camaraderie meant so much to me. So to have a hard conversation with someone, yeah, it stressed me out.
Right.
But it also, I always wanted to put the team first, and I also wanted to put my teammate first in terms of if I don't say anything in certain moments, then her situation might not change, or she won't be getting the best out of herself. We won't get the best out of her. And so I think I always had to remember that was showing respect to her and love for her and my team to have those hard conversations. And yes, of course, I'm sure in some moments that not everybody liked me, but I can say after a very, very long career that there aren't any of those conversations or even interviews or some of these hard questions you're asked that I regret being honest. But I always thought, of course, about it's not do unto others or speak to others how I would want to be treated or spoken to. It's how do they want to be treated and spoken to. I think that's an important thing to remember because we are all very different. And this kind of one size fits all approach that a lot of coaches traditionally would use or leaders would use, I think the most productive, the most successful high performing environments have individual approaches to there to the players, and that's something I always try to do with my teammates, and it takes a lot of effort. It's a huge responsibility to get to know people enough to say, this is how I can approach this with one person, and it is different with somebody else. And that has to be in your tone, and when you, it's not just what you say, it's when you decide to say it. Some people being called out, that's actually what they want, that they don't think twice about it. You leave the field and you never talk about it again. And other people, it's in a different moment. You feel embarrassed, or it can hurt your friendship. And I do think relationships, I don't think that what happens between those 4 lines is easy to just switch off as soon as you leave the field.
Yeah. Do you agree with that?
I would agree in many senses. I think there's many times where there's been, I wouldn't even call it altercations, but it is hard to leave it all out there. I'm trying to think of in situations with my team where I think we do a pretty good job of leaving it. I do a pretty good job of leaving it out there.
Like if it's a technical kind of like, oh, I need you to play my front foot, I need you to press, like those kind of things. But if someone's having there's an attitude or an effort kind of thing, sometimes it's, I think, can be better. You're going to get the most out of someone, or a better reaction to kind of have that conversation potentially after training, or I agree. I think that things can be like, I might be fine, but they might not be fine. So then having just like, I'll be like, hey, just let you know, like, I'm good. And then they're like, oh, well, that actually really did this to me. Oh, shit, okay. Yeah. Then having that conversation, because I think, again, you said everybody's so different. Yeah. You don't know how they perceived that. And there's so many times, too, when you don't realize that a little shove you did or something like that actually annoyed them. And you're like, oh, sorry about that. So I do think and maybe that is also specific to women's sports, though. Maybe men can more leave it on the field or something like that, whereas women were like, let's talk about this, chat it out, and like, how can we be better next time? I don't know if you think of that. I've wondered that. It's so hard to put myself in, especially when we think of soccer, and I can't help but think about the amount of money they make, and I think it does change things. It doesn't change how much you hate sitting on the bench. But I can't help but think, like, when someone doesn't play, or when your environment, the relationships don't feel good to you as a woman athlete, that we're not doing it for the money. At least I wasn't doing it for the money. And so those interpersonal relationships, and how I was treated, and how I felt when I walked into the facility every day, how I felt when I left, how important that was. And I don't know, because I never made a lot of money playing sports, but if maybe that helps when things aren't going your way, that you still are able to have such a comfortable lifestyle, and it doesn't, maybe those relationships don't mean as much. I'm not saying that is the truth. That's just something I've thought about.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really good point. I haven't really thought about it. I was kind of seeing this guy who like played in the NFL, and he makes so much money, and I was like, oh, so like, who are your friends on the team? And he was like, well, I don't really have friends on the team. Like, we just go, we train, and then I leave. And I was like, oh, those are my ride or dies.
Yeah. I've never heard a woman athlete say that.
And that's such a good point. If you're making, for these soccer players, $100 million, you're going to there to do your job, do it, and then leave. You aren't trying to build something so that it can be enjoyable for the less than $2,000 to $4,000 you're making a month.
I think people romanticize a lot what, especially like male sports teams dynamics are like. Like, I read a lot of sports romances, and in these books, these guys are best friends, off the field or whatever. And I'm like, I don't think that's true, because people are getting traded all the time, all of this. And I'm like, but I'm so aware of like Ilona's situation and women, but I've never thought about it in comparison to women. And I think that's really true.
How the money treats it,
And the same for you. I never did it for the money. If I did it for anything for the money, I would have gone into nursing or something like that.
Exactly.
And thankfully, I've made a ton of money now, but I'll go back, and my teammates, there'll be girls there who won't even get paid, and who maybe will just get housing stipend. So you have to do it for something greater than yourself. You have to do it for the love of your teammates, whereas men can maybe do it genuinely because I'm going to be chill the rest of my life. I don't even have to like these. If I was making $100 million, I don't have to like my teammates. I could hate those motherfuckers, and I would continue to play.
You wouldn't have to go, so just so you know, I'm good.
I don't give a fuck if he doesn't like me. We just have to play the game, and we're good.
Your coworkers.
We got to win games.
Yeah. A lot of these guys will have a lot of kids because they're married to women who have the babies. And of course, we have athletes who have children. And we're seeing that more, thank goodness, that women have a choice and can start families, can come back to playing, or are their partner is a woman who had the babies. But it is definitely less common than men's sports where they can have these huge families and support them from a really, really young age because they're making a lot of money.
Yeah, that's what I noticed when we were in England. A lot of like the male rugby players, they seemed so young and they had whole families and children and wives. And I was like, whoa!
Whereas we put it off.
Yeah.
I mean, I have so many teammates who are putting it off kids because it could disrupt their Olympic plans or whatnot. I imagine you put it off for a while.
I did. That was the one dream that I couldn't realize, that I had this image of having a kid and them coming to an Angel City game or a New Zealand game and having that jersey. And that was something that I really, really wanted. But there was the kind of Olympic and World Cup cycle that you plan your whole life around, and then also the financial stability. And my husband, we were doing distance, and when he came here, I was supporting him and until he was able to work. And so it was, it's something that still makes me a bit sad. And I think
women are so strong. That's wild. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm so glad. One of my closest friends, Claire Emsley, she just came back from having her baby, and the way Angel City supported her and having the stability of a contract makes me so, so happy and so proud that the game has changed that much. But the reality as well is that we're not talking about women's health, and we're not talking about the risks if you do put it off. And this isn't to scare anyone. This is, again, we need to be talking about it, and more leagues or clubs need to be providing support, not just the education, but also the resources so that women can do family planning and do IVF, freeze their eggs, because at least understand their fertility, because we're all different. And yes, the stats are like after 35, your number of eggs and your fertility starts to drop. There are people who are in their late 20s who don't have a lot of eggs and they just don't know. And I just want it to be a choice and an option to have a family for anyone who wants to. And so these young athletes, I talk about it a lot. I use my platform for it a lot, because when you get to my age, and I had the best, longest career, but it's something now that we're really struggling with.
Right. And you recently started IVF.
Yes. Right? So I froze my eggs, and the first time was in Sweden, and I didn't want to talk about it because Orlando Pride had told me I wasn't in their plans anymore. And so basically they wanted to offload me. This was before trading. You needed to have a player's consent to be traded. So I had no autonomy over my career. And then I got traded to Angel City, which is funny looking back on it now, that wasn't something that I was asking for, that I wanted. I loved playing in Orlando. I loved my team. And so I got traded, and I was going into this unknown. Of course, I had seen it was run by women and driven by women, led by women, but you just never know. And so I didn't want to tell the strength coach that I was taking time off. I also, before Angel City signed me, my contract at Orlando had run out. I didn't have a new club. I didn't have insurance. And you're scared of getting injured, all of these things. That's a whole nother conversation. But I froze my eggs. I didn't tell anybody. I wasn't able to train and be the fittest I could be coming into Angel City, which worried me again. What will that mean for my role on the team? And so those eggs are actually still in Sweden. So we have kind of like some younger eggs over there. Yes. But when I had this really bad injury, starting at the end of 2023, I am so glad that I did talk about my desire to have family, because Sarah Smith, who was the head of performance, director of medical and performance at Angel City, she said, we can make this happen for you, and we can adapt your off-season training, and we'll help you, and don't worry, and you got to do this for the rest, the Ali that will exist after your career. And I didn't think about that Ali ever. It was always about my team, my club, my national team, and Ali the athlete. So I did a round of embryo freezing with Lucas, and then we only got one embryo, which was devastating. And then when my injury was still bad and I wasn't able to come back, she said, look, It's not going to slow down your comeback. You can still, all these things I didn't know. You can still get your heart rate up. You can still exercise. Yeah, you can't jump around. You can bike. You can swim. You can lift. We'll adapt your program. And I felt so supported. So we did another round, and I did an embryo transfer a couple months ago. It was really tough because I was 7 weeks pregnant. We were so excited, and I had a miscarriage. So that's been hard to talk about, but again, so important to talk about because it's 1 in 5 to 1 in 4 pregnancies end in miscarriage. And when it happens to you, you feel alone because no one's talking about it.
There's so much stigma.
But it's not a club that anyone, wants to be a part of, and you don't want to welcome someone else into the club. But now that I'm in the club with all of these other women, it has helped me so much.
Because you're speaking about it.
Yes.
You're telling people,
And it helps for your healing and your mental health and just feeling supported and not alone. Yeah. And it's just so important. It's a weird thing when someone's like, how are you? And you're like, I had a miscarriage. You know, like it's kind of we drop this into conversation. And you know how it is when people say, how are you? They expect it's like, what's up? You're like, what's up? You don't even answer. How are you? You don't even answer.
You're
it's
like
just, it's a high, basically. And I'm like, I'm actually not great. I had a miscarriage. And then, but everyone who I've told has said the right thing.
Wow.
And if they were, obviously people were surprised or they, they were sad, but it was like, I'm so sorry. If you need anything, let me know. And, checked up on me.
And probably through that, I imagine you also met so many other women.
So many.
You went through this as well?
Yes.
It's
and
like
some of my best friends.
Wow. And that you found out.
Told me. They hadn't told me. And a lot of them have kids, and that gives me so much hope as well. So it's not like, the women who had a miscarriage and then were able to or went through IVF and now have kids. That's not like that I love hearing those stories as well. But I have some really close friends that I haven't even met them in person, and we check in on each other, and we're kind of in the same schedule right now. Shout out Jenna. We're going through this. Jenna, we're going through this together. And we might be doing our next transfer at the same time.
Oh my God.
That could be really special. Again, I've never met her, so
I think what you're talking about, and even with the egg freezing, that takes a lot of hormones, right, too?
Yes.
So, and then the World Cup was in New Zealand, Australia. So the athlete that you are, I don't want to miss a home World Cup.
I know.
And then you go, 2 years after that, then there's an Olympics. So it's like for you, it's 2-year cycles almost.
Yeah.
And that's hopefully get pregnant one year. Do you have enough time to come back to play? So it really is I know for many of women's athletes, a mind fuck. Because even when you're doing the freezing your eggs, the hormones you take you're so off, so you can never compete at your best.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can't, there is a period of time where you can't be sprinting. You can't be, let alone tackling someone. You can't be doing that. But that's why I think if we have more research and programs that 2-week period, because you don't lose a lot of fitness. I think you barely lose any fitness in 2 weeks if you're still doing some form of conditioning. And we know if you're playing at the highest level, if you didn't touch a ball for 2 weeks, you're still going to be, maybe it takes a couple of days, but that's what we're not talking about. And we're not having the support or the medical staff saying, look, we're going to make this transition so smooth for you so that you do feel like you can do something for the person you are for the rest of your life after sport.
That's amazing.
Guys, do you know what I've been kind of obsessed with lately?
A new type of cheese.
Close.
Pants that
don't go all the way down.
Don't go all the way down.
Yeah, actually. Okay, not that. Thank you. But watching people haul furniture on the subway in New York City that they got on Facebook Marketplace. I'm a sucker for Marketplace and finding gems on there for my apartment. I have been seen on the one train with about 2 shelves taking up 3 seats.
Whoa. Kind of sounds though like you're coming for my brand because I love Facebook Marketplace. You guys know my whole apartment is outfitted in things I have.
You are always
I'm
searching
a fiend on there.
Trying to find. And then you've got some good finds from there too.
I know. I work.
You have to be on it. You have to be looking. You have to be patient.
To be dedicated.
You have to be dedicated.
To your craft of Facebook
You got to be
Marketplace.
locked in. No one's really locked in the way I am. It's been clutch for my moves too. I've sold some of my own clothes, which is basically like sharing hand-me-downs. I love imagining what adventures my favorite jeans are having with someone else.
That's a great point. One time I bought these, you know how I didn't have a bedside table for a while?
Yeah, the longest
So I
time.
went onto Facebook Marketplace. I found one that fit perfectly with my bed in my
It really
and it
does.
took no time. I was so hesitant to find it, and it was right there. Then I met this nice woman.
Oh,
It was great.
your friends to this day.
No, but I'm happy I got her side table.
But that side table literally looks like it came in a matching
Looks like it
set
came-
with your bed
Yep.
and your dresser. It's crazy.
This summer, find more than what you're looking for on Facebook.
Okay, pause. You both know the drill by now. What's the latest thing you started listening to and immediately got way too invested in?
I recently got back into NPR Up First.
See, that's exactly why I've been reaching for my JBL Live headphones lately. When I'm listening to something that's actually good, I want to hear every little detail.
Because once I'm in, I'm in.
And if something ends on a cliffhanger, my whole day is suddenly about it.
She's locked in. If you love getting completely pulled into an audiobook or podcast, the JBL Live headphones are such a good pick because they have that bold, unfiltered sound.
And the True Adaptive Noise Cancellation 2.0 is so amazing because it makes real-time adjustments, so I can decide just how checked out from the chaos I want to be. They're perfect for zipping around the city or just doing chores in my apartment.
And the up to 80-hour battery life is kind of insane. Perfect for how much I've been traveling. I do not need my battery giving out right when the story starts heating up. That would suck.
Whether you're listening on a flight or on your commute or just trying to have a little moment to yourself, they make everything feel way more immersive.
So if you're ready to hear every story the way it was meant to sound, throw on a pair of JBL Live headphones and lead into your own original sound.
With a range of colors to match your vibe, find your pair at jbl.com. Are you everything happens for a reason person? Because like your Olympics, well, I remember at the Olympics, we were at different places. You were somewhere else. And I remember reading about you were
I was in
injured
Lyon,
right before the Olympics.
Yeah. No, because so many awful things happen. And I
Right.
can't say like, oh, people are dying and people are getting sick for a reason like that. But I do think that whatever happens, you can find purpose in it and you can make a reason. And make lemonade out of lemons, whatever you want to call it, because that moment I met amazing people. I got to watch women do incredible things. It inspired me. It helped me. I was in depression when I came back from the Olympics, but by being vulnerable, I think it even changed who I was and the type of leader and the type of kind of public figure that I've been in the way I wanted to use my platform because of what I went through and the connections I made during that time. And even now, the retirement, it feels like a death. You grieve, you go through this process, but I see the game in such a special way now. I'm still involved. And I think too, with going through IVF, with losing this pregnancy, again, it's encouraged me to use my platform and hopefully make a positive impact on so many more people. So of course I hope that it has a happy ending and we are able to have a family, but I guess I just use these as reminders and just to give me perspective on life and also how good I still have it, even though I've gone through a pretty tough couple of years.
And that's the Smiley Riley in you.
It is. It is.
You have gone through some tough years because like in the LA fires, your parents lost their whole home in the Pacific Palisades, and that was your childhood home.
Yes, it was. They had lived there for 43 years. And this World Cup, it's been, again, it's perspective, right? So I lost a lot of my jersey collection, which again, I'm so lucky to even have played in these World Cups and exchanged jerseys with players. But that was the one thing that besides a lot of our photos that I really thought about. And with this World Cup, remembering what I don't have, and even pictures of me when I was at the 99 World Cup, things like that, it brings back these memories and some grief. But I also, the jerseys I have, the jerseys that Christine Sinclair and Marta, people sent to me because I had lost them. And now I'm repping Canada. I'm repping this is not Marta's jersey. But and it's just, it's really hard. And my parents are my roommates now. So Lucas and I live with my mom and dad here in LA. And again, not something I ever wanted or planned on happening, but family is everything. And we're going through it together. And I'm just happy that they're healthy and that they were able to save some of the special things to our family. And there are a lot of people who had it a lot worse than us. So they haven't started rebuilding yet, but we're actually hoping it could be in the next couple of weeks.
Whoa.
So, and when we have this house, it's my parents' dream house. you will be invited. We'll make the lemon pepper wings.
Yes.
And do shots, of course. But we just can't wait to have a place to host everyone, especially everyone who's supported us during these couple of years.
That's amazing.
You got married also like right after.
Yeah.
It was always
That was
planned that your wedding was going to be like a
wild.
week afterwards or something like that.
Yeah.
So your house during the fires, and then you guys still had this wedding, and it was like, yay!
roller coaster.
What was the emotions at the wedding?
I was telling you about the pre-honeymoon to remove my whoop tan. While the relaxing effects of that mini moon were just completely out the window when the house burned down, and so many of our friends were affected. Mm-hmm. And I said to my mom, "Look, are you sure we should still do this?"
Right.
And she said, "Oh, we need this, Alex. We need this." And our neighbors all said the same thing.
Really?
And they came in jeans and t-shirts and just whatever they had, sneakers, and nobody cared. And so much alcohol was consumed.
Oh God, I can't even imagine.
And we were just crying and hugging and dancing. And we had people who had to leave early because they were still on evacuation notice. And it was really like, come for as long as you can. If you can't come, that is totally okay. A lot of people couldn't come, but for us to come together in that moment, and now we think about that time and we think more about the wedding than, especially a year on, we thought a lot about the wedding, and we were reminiscing instead of what had happened 4 days earlier. So I think to mix in that type of joy and that type of love, and again, the community. And we really were just, to see my parents laughing and dancing just a few days after this had happened. And actually 2 nights before the wedding, my parents, they had evacuated down south, but they came up, obviously we're getting ready for the wedding, and they stayed in mine and Lucas's apartment. So my parents were in our bed, and my best friend was visiting from Sweden. She was my maid of honor, and so we were in our guest bedroom, and Lucas was on the couch.
As it should be.
And this was just, it wasn't the night before, and it wasn't the night after, but it was very funny that we were kind of all just huddled together. And again, that is a very sad time, but just thinking of that story, it makes me laugh, and it makes me feel so lucky.
Yeah.
Source of joy and light during that time.
Yeah.
And I'm
We
obsessed
really
with
needed it.
your mom and everyone being like, "Don't you dare take this from us.
We need
this." And it's just like the power of community, of people and connections, and holy shit.
I will say, actually, so at the Paris Olympics, I went to the Angel City Equity Summit, which was in Paris, which I wasn't expecting to be part of, obviously. And I think it might have been a couple days before your game. And we met someone who is a partner with Angel City from Johnny Walker. And the ownership group, the big alcohol group that owns Johnny Walker, they sponsored our wedding. So that conversation came out of again, I got tickets to your game because everyone was feeling really bad for me that I got withdrawn from the Olympics, but I also was meeting all these amazing brand partners, and they just said, "Look, we want to help you." And that was before the house had even burned down. Whoa. So after that, they were really like, load up the booze, and
give them the booze.
There was not much left.
Wow.
Powerful. Thank you, Johnny.
I think I really need to purge my makeup bag.
What do you mean?
I have so many products that are just taking up space.
And dare I say, bathroom drawers as well.
Yes. You don't need to call me out like that.
Sounds like someone needs to simplify, and I think Merit Beauty can help. That's kind of like Merit's whole thing. Their entire approach is centered around a carefully edited collection of makeup and skincare essentials that help you look put together without a complicated routine. And they've done it again with their Clean Volume Mascara. Genuinely think this is going to be a staple for you.
I'm into it. Okay. Small brush, big impact. Clean Volume pairs a small, precise brush with a buildable tubing formula to create lashes that are lifted, defined, and voluminous without mess or heaviness.
Clean Volume isn't designed to give you a fake lashes effect. This is Merit's version of volumizing mascara, buildable, lifted, and defined. They call it Clean Volume because it delivers just that. Clean Volume with 0 clumps, flakes, or mess.
And if you still haven't tried Merit, now is a beautiful time to do so because the new Clean Volume Mascara is available in the Bestsellers Kit, along with the cult favorites like the Minimalist Foundation Stick, the Flush Balm, and more.
Right now, Merit Beauty is offering our listeners their signature makeup bag with your first order at meritbeauty.com.
That's MERIT beauty.com to get your free signature makeup bag with your first order.
meritbeauty.com.
Do you know what accessory really elevates a good fit?
A bold lip.
Not wrong.
A middle part.
Not what I was thinking of, but it's sunglasses. A good pair will simply pull a whole look together.
Even at night?
Even at night.
It's cooler at night.
Anytime.
Okay, I'm on board, but I hate when my sunglasses get tangled in my hair.
Well, it's time for you to meet Shady Ray's tangle-free sunglasses.
Shady Rays is designed with smooth, no snag nose pieces that will glide through your hair.
They're lightweight, polarized, and cute enough to wear to literally anything, from running errands in New York to a glam photo shoot.
Over 300,000 people have rated Shady Rays 5 stars because when something actually works, people talk about it.
And if your sunglasses end up lost in the sand or accidentally sat on, Shady Rays has lost and broken protection. So if life gets a little messy, they've got you covered.
So if you're ready to up your sunglasses game, we got you, girl. We've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Go to shadyrays.com and use code HOM for 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people.
So your husband was also a soccer player.
Yes.
How'd you two meet? How did it go?
Tinder in Sweden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You dirty dog.
Yeah. I was with my college boyfriend for a really long time. The distance just, it wasn't meant to be anymore. So eventually my friends were like, oh, you got to try this new app, which in LA had been around for a while. I think by then it was less
slow
matchmaking and more trying to find someone to have sex with.
Yeah, sexy time.
In Sweden, it was like the new kind of matchmaking. So I was like, fine, I'll download it. Guys, there was, I think, 15 guys on this app. The deck would just flip over.
No way.
So this Lucas character, he's just, I said no a few times.
There he is again.
We matched, but we never started chatting. I started dating this other guy and just kind of didn't really look at the app anymore. And then that didn't work out. And so I was kind of like, looking through, just kind of need a rebound for this terrible situation that happened. And I was like, oh, this guy looks cute. And we had started following each other on Instagram and we had some mutual friends. So I wrote to him.
Heck yeah.
Hey.
Made the
which
first
is
move.
Hi in Swedish, H-A-J.
You didn't do the double? Hey.
I didn't go hey.
That's too much, actually.
But I did a colon, I did the parenthesis, I did a smiley face.
Slut.
So exactly. So he knew what I meant business. And we started chatting in Swedish.
Oh.
So I feel like we both catfished each other in different ways here with the match. He was very much looking for, sorry, Lucas, but a one night stand.
Wow.
Hey, so we all need that sometimes.
Yes, he kind of had a reputation. I was just looking for an ego boost here.
Right.
Someone to,
Hey.
And I was headed off a few days later to the Rio Olympics. Mm-hmm. He was at a rave in Croatia. So again, we definitely weren't aligned in our lifestyles.
Right.
And for 5 weeks, we were just messaging and we got each other's number and then we started FaceTiming and it felt like what neither of us were looking for. It felt like 5 weeks later we had to meet. And so the day I landed in Sweden from Brazil, we planned on a 1 hour. We both had hard exits.
Whoa.
And we met up. We walked around this festival. His heart out was to go meet up with the boys after a game. Mm-hmm. Then invited me to come along, meet his whole team.
Wow.
Met the whole team. And they were like, oh, we watched your games for New Zealand. That's so cool. You played in Olympics. So I started to feel like, okay,
He's
this
been
guy,
talking
this
about
playboy,
you.
maybe he is interested. And then at around midnight, everyone's kind of getting up to leave this bar. And his best friend goes, oh, so you guys going back to your place? And I was like, we just met. Yeah. And Lucas was like... So he goes, no, we're going to come to the party.
Right.
So he's like, you want to go to Victor's? And I was like, okay. Victor was a guy on the team.
Right.
Okay.
So we go to his apartment. We go to his party. Now at 3 a.m. And we were I was sitting on his lap. We were kind of vibing. At 3, again, I've been up for probably 36 hours at this point.
No.
At 3 a.m., we're going to the nightclub. And again, I was selling him a little bit of a dream here because I don't go out. I don't
Right.
like, I just come back.
You're just like the girl who's down for anything. Yes, I would love
Cool,
to.
chill girl.
She's just a cool, chill girl.
You can't get me out of the club
Yeah.
at 3 a.m.
And I had never been on a date with someone I didn't know. Like,
Right.
again, when I was on Tinder, I wasn't intending on actually meeting anybody. I
Right.
was just, I know it's very, my friends now, I'm like, that was so bad of me because they're like, these guys who are doing this to them. I'm like, who would do that?
God.
So, yeah. So I'm just like fun time girl, you know, super nonchalant. And I'm like, yeah, let's go to the club. So we go to this nightclub. Now, here's where he sold me a dream. He is dancing. He's like salsaing. We're like on the dance floor with a sneaky little kiss on the dance floor. Again, this is like the first person I didn't know that I like kissed.
Right.
And at, I think probably like 4, I didn't last too long at the nightclub. I was like, I gotta go. Walks me to my bike, gives me a kiss, and then we saw each other the next day, watched the Olympics, watched Arsenal. So I got it all out there, huge Arsenal fan.
Okay.
Like, but yeah, it turned out he doesn't like to dance. He does now. But
Okay.
there was some contention there. So he didn't like to dance. He was underplayed the amount that he liked to go out to that nightclub. I overplayed the amount that I like to go to a nightclub. So we had a pretty rocky start to the relationship, but we stuck it out. And
Built on lies. I'm just kidding.
it kind of, yeah. And when things were getting really hard because we were so different, we were like, we could break up or we could move in together.
Oh, wow.
And you know what we did?
Yeah.
We moved in together and then we did distance for 5 years. When I say relationships are work, we put in a lot of work. And I feel so lucky now because, again, these last few years, the way that man has supported me.
Right.
And in the beginning, again, like, he wasn't the biggest women's sports.
Right.
Like, you know, he wasn't giving girl dad. Like,
Okay.
this was a guy who was very macho in the locker room with his soccer.
Right.
And this guy, I made the mistake yesterday of saying, oh my gosh, Messi broke the record when he scored the 17th goal. And Lucas said, he tied Marta's record. And I'm like, thank you for holding me accountable. What do I always say? Language matters. So this guy, he is like #1 ally and just, I hope
You've taught him well.
You know, I don't recommend, like, you got to marry the person that they are and not the person you want them to be. But in this case, I will say Lucas stepped up and he is the best guy. I'm so lucky. And I don't like a lot of men. I'm just gonna say, it's like, it's not all men, but it's always a man.
It's
But
always a man.
Lucas, I love that man so much. I feel very lucky. And he only kind of hangs out with girls, so
So there you go.
Hey.
Right.
Love that.
yeah, he knows what's up.
He knows what's up.
He was very jealous about this. by the
Oh,
way, so
he could have come and hung out in the corner.
Right there, that
in the
chair.
deep corner. Please. Yeah. Not many men slip through here either.
That's-
we love
they
you.
They shouldn't.
Yeah. You know. Can you tell us about your show? Your podcast?
Oh my
with
gosh. Well, time wasting.
Yes.
That is obviously not a waste of time.
No.
To be able to yap about the sisterhood, about sports, tell stories. Kelly O'Hara, World Cup winner, Olympic gold medalist. She has amazing stories about what it takes to be at the top. And obviously we also cover the NWSL and just to talk shop, but also break down, have this balance of tactical analysis. We want to be a show for everybody, just like women's sports is for everybody. So we got people who are the football heads. They want to get some insight onto a team and how they're playing and why, and coaching changes, Angel City, player transfer moves, but also just our friendship. And so I feel very lucky that we have this platform, that we're getting paid to do this. Again, this is, you guys know, this isn't something we could have dreamed of a few years ago. So it has been, a huge blessing
fun.
and to be able to talk about things like IVF and miscarriage and talking about pride, walking the pride parade and just all the things that are important and show who we are as people.
Yeah.
Because yes, we were athletes for a long time, but Kelly makes me laugh so much. We're different, but we played in college together. We have so many stories. We played against each other a lot. She always won. But it is really special. And again, I don't have sisters, but these are the relationships that mean so much to me.
Yeah. She's a real one.
She is.
She found me at the marathon.
She did.
Somebody called my name and I was like, ah, but I'm like, it was so many miles in though. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, that person looks crazy familiar. Is that my friend? Like, what's going on? And then she posted later and I was like, oh my God, that is my friend. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Always down for a good time. She was just saying this is the most beer she has had to drink during this World Cup in a very long time. And this is the first World Cup that's been going on since we've been retired.
Yeah.
Men's or women's. So no, Kelly is awesome. She's so good at everything she does. And she has checked on me. And we played in different countries. We played for different national teams.
Yeah.
And she's someone we would go a really long time without talking. But I think for every kind of milestone, the good and the bad, she's always been there. And now we're closer than we have been since the year we got drafted to play together, our first year as pros, our rookie season. But really, we haven't spent a lot of time together. And now we're broadcasting and podcasting together. And
Connected at the hips.
She's working on a new film too. And she's like coaching Lola Tongue, like a new
Yes.
sapphic rom-com or something.
yes, it is a sapphic soccer story. And I'm so excited. I've invested in this film. I'm like, take all of my money. Lola Tongue as the lead. And obviously, I loved her in The Summer I Turned Pretty. And just such a great actress, such a perfect person, I think. And also the Asian representation, I cannot ignore. This is so important. So this is, Kel's got her friends and a lot of women in the space involved. And they're going into production soon. I probably can't say more than that. I don't know more than that.
Don't get in trouble.
I think the cat's out of the bag about Lola. And Kelly was, I mean, is there a better person to be coached to play soccer than Kelly O'Hara?
right.
So cool.
Is that something you would do? Would you coach someone like that?
Absolutely.
What would be like your dream celebrity to coach?
So you know who I really like is Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
And she's such a badass. And if she was in a soccer movie, I'm like,
I'm there.
I'll show you the ropes.
Yeah.
I'm in the
She'd probably be
theaters.
better than me because clearly she's super athletic in these Marvel films. But wow, I think
That's
she'd
a
be
good
so
answer.
kick-ass.
I love that. Well, on that, let's head to Book Nook.
Yeah, let's head on into Book Nook.
Yes.
This is the part of the show where we discuss what's happening on Book Talk, adaptation news, what's in our Goodreads. Today's Book Nook is brought to you by the new great tasting muscle milk. I'm a fan of vanilla.
Are you a protein shake girly?
Yes, and I would also choose vanilla.
You'd also choose a vanilla
Classic.
muscle milk. I hear you. I'm a classic girl myself.
Absolutely. Sports romances have been massive this year. Are you down with a sports romance book?
Yes. And
Are
I
you?
was just recommended, so I guess I have the expert here, Windy City.
Oh, she knows.
Oh, she's
Is that a
your
good
girl.
O or a bad O?
I've read it. She's read it.
I just read the
I
first
read
one.
it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All of us have read it.
Do you recommend before I go buy these books?
Yeah, it was fun. It was
Okay.
like, it was what it was going to be. It's a romance and it's smutty and it's a hockey player and it's, yeah.
I haven't read it in a while, but I ate that series up.
She did. Okay, this sounds like, but it sounds like maybe you have something else that you would recommend.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she reads a lot of hockey.
And I don't know why that's been so latched on to by the authors. Like everything's hockey almost.
Yeah. Nowadays, too. And like, she was doing it before.
Yeah, I
The
was
heated
before
rivalry
all
of it
the adaptations.
The off campus, all that.
The heated rivalry, all of them. But I don't know. I think I have read some really great soccer ones actually.
Really?
I've read like Kulti, and
That's what it's called, culty.
yeah, it's his last name. I think he's
See,
German.
How you spell that?
Kulti. But it's also one where I'm like, I don't know if I can recommend this to an actual like professional soccer player.
No, that's Ilona's problem with, like, she can't read these romances. She's like, the physio and a player? No!
I think I did see that there was somebody wrote like a book. It was like a MMF book, so like 2 dudes, 1 girl.
Male,
and I
female,
think
male.
they based it's a rugby book, and she based the main character off me. Did you see that? I got tagged in that. I gotta read that. Have you seen this?
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I can't
We
read
can't
that.
read that, but you can read that. Go ahead and
So read that
report
book where
back.
it's the main girl is based off me. I think there's a couple books where the main character is based off me.
Based off something you've done?
Just my yeah. It's actually
Oh, my drama.
hello.
Oh, my God.
Alona's a huge ethical non-monogamist.
She knows it. Okay, that's my memoir.
The vase of Liquid
you're
IV
like-
was shocked at that as well.
You're like, that's my Friday night.
Yeah. So she interviewed me. I told her about
When you get down and dirty.
when I get down and dirty.
it's your autobiography.
Could you imagine? So I wrote it. It's
Wait, what's
crazy.
it called?
Someone's manifesting that for
Can you, Christiana, can you look it up? I don't actually know. It's like a rugby romance book with 2 male leads, female lead.
And
Rugby romance dream
Ilona Maher.
based on Ilona
If
Maher.
there's nothing you had done up until this point made us know that you had made it, it's definitely
There it
this.
is.
Every move you make, I see it. It's you.
I think it's based off of me. So people are tagging on.
I sent one to you a while ago.
There's
It
some
might be
that-
this.
Shut the fuck up.
So yeah,
Shut the fuck
that
up.
actually happened. Yeah,
You're lying.
I actually see the resemblance though.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Striking.
Watch it not be about me. Can you check though? And I'm putting myself in her shoes. Just wish goals, but for real.
Hashtag goals.
Hashtag Sloan Spencer. If it is me, thank you.
Shouts out. Send a copy to her.
Yeah, and me.
And Ali.
Anyway,
Love that.
I won't be. I don't know if I'll be reading it if that's the case, but still love that. Keep going with books.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
You've written a book. You've written a book, Girls Gone Veg, with your Orlando Pride teammate, like a vegan book.
It is totally unrelated to sports smut.
That's
It is
okay.
a cookbook.
Heck yeah.
Yes. So not quite as exciting.
No,
but yes.
you're fine.
My good friend Toni Presley, she was vegan, and it was during COVID. We had met and we had hit it off, but we couldn't hang out. And so she was really into food. I had dabbled with kind of a food Instagram, and so I would adapt my recipes and make these little like foil swans and drop them off outside her house, and she would make stuff for me and drop them off in Tupperwares, and we kind of started this like we'd make some content from different locations. I mean, she's just down the road, but we couldn't spend time together. And then as it evolved into being able to have a bubble, we were like, oh, well, we have to be in the same bubble. And so we would train together and we would cook, and she just said we're writing a cookbook. We didn't know how hard.
I have a couple friends writing cookbooks right now, and it's an intense process.
It's so intense. There is special formatting, and you have to. These recipes have to be
Test
foolproof.
all your recipes.
So
Yep.
I couldn't cook for like 2 years after this.
Really?
process. Yeah, I was so burnt
Burnt out.
out, you guys. Yeah,
Because you have to like try so many times to make sure it's perfect.
Yes.
It's a tablespoon, not a
Yes.
teaspoon. Blah blah blah.
Yes. So it was coming up with the recipes and then testing the recipes. And we had an Instagram, or have an Instagram, so we'd also make it to take some photos, and we did a cooking show, and it was, it's so cool looking back on it now. And I love getting the odd message here and there of someone who bought the cookbook, or someone would bring a cookbook to a game to get signed. That was one of the coolest things that I could imagine happening. So I think it was just fun. It was a testament to obviously healthy eating, but also a side hustle and finding balance in our life, especially during this COVID time and the pandemic, and also just our friendship. And so to have kind of a physical manifestation of that is really special. And she's coaching the U.S. youth national team, so she's doing so well. And we never really get to see each other, but I see her kind of on my counter every day, and it was
that's
really
awesome.
fun.
I love it. And are you still more vegetarian-based eating?
Girl, we had lemon pepper
so
wings
that's
together.
my thing, is
so-
when I was hearing
Yeah,
about this
vegan
book, I
until
was
then.
like, that girl definitely ate my chicken wings.
Yeah, so I call myself a flexitarian, and while I was playing, I did really like eating plant-based when I could, but I also think, again, I think about a lot of male athletes and how they have a personal chef or someone, or again, a lot of resources to be able to be prepared to buy whatever ingredients they want. And I wasn't making a lot of money playing soccer, and I found it really difficult to kind of eat the things I wanted to eat, or especially to be prepared to travel, because you'll go somewhere and you're like, oh, vegetarian, and they'll serve you fish. You're like, you're so close, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the education piece, and now eating vegetarian or plant-based is so common, it's so popular, but now I kind of just listen to my body. Again, I was going through IVF 3 times and having all the hormones, and then the miscarriage and everything with the fire, and my body with the injury. I was like, I have to. It was the best advice I got, both for my mental health in terms of training and loading, but also just fueling my body, was just to listen. And my body is usually telling me I want to eat dessert, so I couldn't listen like that carefully. But in terms of like, do I need some meat, just, or whatever, what your body's what it's craving. I think you have to listen to that.
Last question in the Book Nook. Is there a book you would recommend to people that you just love and you think should be a read for all?
There are so many, but I think for one of you, did you read Atmosphere?
Oh.
Yeah, and you were crying.
Oh my God.
So that is exactly
What
how
about?
yes.
You guys got to do it. It's so
Really?
good. Oh my
She's
God.
the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo author, right?
Yeah.
And I really like all of her books, but this one, space movies make me very uncomfortable.
Yeah, me too.
I think, it is so foreign.
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't need to do anything with
right.
that. I'm all good.
That's as far away as you can get,
all good.
right? And it makes you feel so small, which like can be a good thing sometimes, but also kind of feel really weird and bad sometimes. And so anyone who just is that smart and just the physicality, everything to go into space, and then this book also just, it was so good and very powerful love story. Yeah. So yeah,
Love that.
Love it.
Well, thank you so much for coming over.
thank you for having me.
Of course.
I needed this.
We needed this. Thank you so much for coming over, Ali. Tune into Ali Riley's podcast, Time Wasting, every Tuesday. We will see you next week.
Thanks so much for coming over to the House of Maher, a Wave original.
Be sure to watch, subscribe on YouTube, and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Plus, follow the show on social media at House of Maher for clips of behind-the-scenes content. Bye, guys. Go kick some balls.